Hey everybody, it's me. Just checking in. I am currently in San Diego, California at a hotel. I'll be flying home tomorrow. I just wanted to update y'all and tell you what was going on. I'm feeling a lot better today, not as drowsy. Haven't had to take any pain medicine today. A lot of the gas is starting to pass. Because, you know, they pump you through with CO2 to inflate your abdomen to do the surgery, so you gotta pass all that. Okay, so I just wanted to give you some updates and tell you anything I might have forgotten to tell you in my last video. So Monday morning, I woke up and I went to the airport in Atlanta, and I flew nonstop from Atlanta to San Diego. When I got to San Diego, I messaged Pompey, sent a text message to the transportation coordinator. And within about 10 minutes, they were there picking me up to take me to Pompey in Tijuana. They picked me up, took me to Pompey. I did my paperwork, and I had my blood drawn. Everything looked good in my blood. And then I was taken to the beach house. Now, the beach house I paid extra for to go the night before. That way I could go shopping and just see some local sites and go swimming. Went to the beach house. I went and had my last meal. I had something called pastor. It's like a pork. It's really good seasoned pork quesadilla. And I had carne asada. I think it's carne asada. It's steak. I had steak taco. It was really good. Not like what I've eaten at home, but it was definitely delicious. So went back to the beach house. I picked up a couple of souvenirs. Went back to the beach house and I went swimming. Got to see the ocean. Then I went to sleep, and the next morning they came and got me and took me to Pompey to have surgery. I got to the surgical center probably around 9:30 or so a.m. Tijuana time, which is PST, Pacific Standard Time. They did they came in, told me, you know, everything how the process was gonna go. They gave me my gown and my compression socks and everything, and had me change. Then they came in and did my IV, and they gave me some stuff to make me relax and some heartburn medicine and pain medicine. I was in the room waiting for. I was third on the list. Dr. Q only does about 4 to 5 surgeries a day. I was third on the list, so after a couple hours, it was around, I think it was around noon. They came and told me they were giving me a mild sedative and that I would be next in line. So they gave me my sedative, my IV, and they took me. I had to walk up the stairs to the OR, and I lay down, and they came in, talked to me about what to expect from surgery, what to expect afterwards, and answered any questions I had. And then I walked into the OR, climbed on the table. They got me hooked up to the anesthesia. All anesthesiologists came in, and they gave me my general anesthesia, and I was out. Surgery took about 45 minutes, I think. I have a video of the surgery, which I will be posting for anyone who wants to watch it. It's graphic. It is my insides. You do see actual medical footage. So if you do not want to watch it, I'm not offended. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I will put a censor over it so that it doesn't automatically start playing if you scroll past it. That way you have to consciously make the choice to watch it. You have to click something to watch it. Surgery took about 45 minutes. My liver was perfect. I had no fat around my liver, thanks to the pre-op diet. I didn't have any scar tissue. I was afraid of scar tissue because I had gallbladder surgery 14 years ago, and I did not have a hernia. So, surgery went great. He removed 70% of my stomach, and the way he does it, as the tool cuts the stomach off, it actually staples it and solders it shut. And then he goes back behind that line and reinforces it with sutures. So I lost about 75% of my stomach altogether. I have x-rays of my stomach. I already posted those. So if you looked at the x-rays, you can see it's a banana shape. It's a small sleeve of what it used to be. After I laid in recovery for about 45 minutes, they woke me up, and I got up and I walked downstairs to my room, where they gave me pain medicine and some anti-nausea stuff, and I went to sleep. I slept most of the day, surgery day. They keep you well medicated, make sure that there's not any pain or discomfort. They do have you get up and walk once you come off that first round of pain medication. So I was up walking the halls trying to get the CO2 to pass. You don't get anything to eat or drink the first day. The next morning, I got up. They cleaned my incisions. They had me take a shower. They re-doctored everything. And then they gave me ice chips. They told me if I could finish 2 cups of ice chips, then I could have a popsicle. Now let me talk about these popsicles. These popsicles are amazing. You can't buy them in the U.S. They are only sold in Mexico. And they're freaking awesome. I wish I could have took a bunch home with me, but they were melted, so. I had about 2 cups of ice in my popsicle early that morning. They do everything super early in the morning, like 5, 6 a.m. Later that day, we went to the radiology place, and they did a barium swallow test, and you just stand in front of an x-ray, swallow half a cup of this nasty stuff. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not something I'd want to drink. It's gross. It's pretty gross. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, though, so I will say that. If you could take a shot of tequila or, like, do a fluoride rinse, then it's not, or even, if you could rinse your mouth out with peroxide, it's fine. So you drink half of it, and then they take some pictures, and you drink the other half, and they take some pictures. And they check to make sure you don't have any leaks in your new stomach. Which Dr. Q does 1 leak test while you're in surgery. And then he does a second one the next day, and then you do a third one before you leave. Okay, so at this point, I'm still hooked up to an IV. I still have a drain tube in. And I've just finished my barium swallow. They take me back to the hotel, or not to the hotel, back to the surgical center. And they, let me know how the test was. The doctor comes in, says everything looks good. Told me, asked me if I had any questions. And just made me feel really comfortable. I felt comfortable the entire time I was in Tijuana. I never felt lonely or afraid or like I was in a foreign country, or like or there was a language barrier or anything. I always had a translator. When there was someone who didn't speak English, I had a translator. If I needed to go somewhere, I always had an escort, someone to take me. So it was a good experience, and Pompeii is an amazing place, and I am so grateful to Dr. Q for making this possible for me. So he came in and talked to me, and he asked me if I had any questions. He was really reassuring. He's such a nice man, and I cannot stress this enough. If you are wanting to travel for surgery, if you are wanting surgery and you can't get it done at home, and you want to travel, I strongly urge you to go to Pompeii. Pompeii is such an amazing place. It's in Tijuana, so you go and just fly into San Diego, then drive to Tijuana. So I slept the rest of the day Wednesday. Thursday, they woke me up, and I went and I was able to have my leak test. They took out my IV. They took out my drain tube. The drain tube was a little, I wasn't too ecstatic about that. They have you take a deep breath, and they pull the tube out really fast. So it almost feels like, not to be gross, but it almost feels like snot coming out of your nose that doesn't want to come out of your nose. It's definitely a pulling feeling. It's not pleasant, but it's not excruciating or painful or anything. It's just unpleasant. So I did that. They gave me my apple juice to make sure that I didn't have a leak. It's just apple juice with purple dye. They wait 20 minutes, and then they come and check your little drain. If it's not purple, they pull the drain tube out. They gave me my last dose of antibiotics, my last dose of pain medicine, and my last dose of acid reducers, acid blockers. I think a proton pump inhibitor or something like that. Anyway, so, and then they came and picked me up and took me to the Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn, I was able to drink apple juice, Gatorade, water, and broth. And I just kind of hung out at the Holiday Inn, watched TV, slept on and off. I had a good night. something that I didn't think about during surgery, I have really bad teeth. Like, I am actually going to be getting all of my teeth pulled at tax time in March and getting dentures because my teeth are just, they're rotting out of my head. No matter how much I brush them, they're just falling out. So this tooth right here, as you can see, it's partway gone and the top of it's rotten up here. It's been giving me a lot of problems since surgery. I think it got maybe knocked while I was under sedation with the tube or something, and it's really been bothering me. So I'm getting that pulled when I get home. But other than that, I haven't had any pain. I've had gas pressure in my chest and my lower stomach, but it's walking and just being patient and letting it pass has really worked well. So this morning they came and picked me up from the Holiday Inn, and we headed back home, headed back towards San Diego over the border. Going over the border was a smooth process. It was me and 4 other girls. 2 of them were, no, 3 of them were people who had surgery, and 1 of them was a companion to someone. So it took about probably 45 minutes to go over the border. You show your passport. They ask you if you have anything you want to declare. Like, are you bringing anything back over the border, like medicine or fruits, vegetables, food, anything. They just want to know what's being taken into the U.S. and making sure that it's safe to go into the U.S. And then they let us through. We dropped everybody off at the airport, and then Pompey brought me here to my hotel in San Diego. Now, I could have flew home today, but I wasn't sure how long border crossing would take, and I only wanted to do a nonstop flight. So I wasn't sure that I would have the time to get over the border and to the airport and checked in through TSA and all that. So I opted to stay here in San Diego for one night, and I'll fly out in the morning. So I'm here at the Quality Inn in San Diego. It's very nice. They've been very accommodating. They took me to up to the grocery store, to Vons, I think it's called. I was able to get me some Jell-O and some broth, and some juice and Gatorade, and I'm just gonna relax and just watch TV for the night. I may go out and see if there's something I can, like a trolley tour, something that doesn't involve a lot of walking, because at this point I can't do a ton of walking. I can walk, it's not uncomfortable, but I get tired very quickly. It's because of the low amount of calories, I'm sure, and the fact that I just had a major surgery. And then tomorrow I'll be flying home, and I'll update everyone then. I've posted pictures of my incisions. They're not terrible. I only have 4. 3 of them are closed with stitches, and then 1 of them is open from the drain tube, and that just closes on its own. I have it covered. I have to wash the incisions and then recover it. And then it's been a great experience. I definitely recommend it to anyone that is ready to take the step. I haven't had any hunger since surgery. Not real hunger. I've had head hunger. Like watching TV, I've seen commercials for pizza, and boy, do I want some pizza. I know I can't have it, and it'd be counterproductive, and probably at this point would probably kill me because my stomach is healing. It takes about 4 weeks for my stomach to heal. So even if I wanted pizza, which I'm not going to eat pizza, it would be a waste of surgery and a waste of money. But it would be 4 weeks before I could even touch pizza. So for right now, I'm on a 2-week liquid diet. First week is broth, Jell-O, popsicles, stuff like that. And then the second weekend, I can add in yogurt, pudding, and cottage cheese. And then I move on to pureed foods, and then soft foods, and then regular food. And like I said, I'll keep everyone updated as time goes. I'm not going to be doing any weighing until October the 11th, because with the amount of gas and the fluids and everything, you gain weight right after surgery. So I don't want to be discouraged or upset. So I'm just waiting until October the 11th. That'll be 1 month after surgery, and then I'll weigh then and take my inches then, and then I'll probably do it every couple weeks or every month after that. So I really appreciate everyone for following, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment and I will respond. Or if you would rather private message me, you can PM me and I'll respond to that. I always have my phone. So yeah, everybody have a great night.